initiatives and strategies for increasing participation. Scenario 1 for Sportivate is John, aged 13, lives in Hastings. His socio-economic background is quite low. Doesn't really enjoy school team sports. Loves wakeboarding. Went once on holiday with family. Can't afford that. However, they can't afford annual holidays, but hasn't been able to afford it at home. A few barriers in cultural things are, a few barriers for John would be that he is unable to afford lessons or the transport it will cost to get there, or even the equipment. This could be because of his socio-economic background. This will put a huge stop to him pursuing this sport because he can't afford the equipment to do it. Even if he could, he then wouldn't be able to afford the lessons, and even if he could do all of that, he still wouldn't be able to get there. However, Sportivate will be able to help with that because it can help by subsidising the cost or even paying for the whole thing. Another barrier would be the space and facilities. The nearest water sports club is in Brighton or Hove or even Seaford, which will cost a lot to travel to. However, Sportivate are able to help with transport if enough people would like to go. They could get a mini bus or car share. This will make it a lot easier and less expensive. Sportivate will also help with this because they will try and subsidise the cost after the participant has finished the 6 to 8 weeks with Sportivate. This will allow them to carry on their sport when they finish their camp and can progress further. However, the travel will take time, which John may not have. This could be a problem for him because at the age of 13 he will have a secondary school and coming towards his final years, which means that he can't take off the time and may have homework he needs to do or even revision. Sportivate is an organisation where 14 to 25-year-olds are selected out of many applicants to go and endure on a camp for 6 to 8 weeks, where they will explore the ways of sport through many aspects of sport. Recently, in September 2013, they have recently introduced the fact that 11 and 13-year-olds can apply and take part to try and increase the mass participation in sport. To include everyone, they have picked a large range of sport to accommodate everyone's likes and dislikes. This will widen everyone's knowledge of what counts as sport. They are aiming to try and get people who are inactive to be active through a sport of their choice that they may not have thought of before, or even at all. This organisation is funded by the National Lottery with £56 million, plus an extra £10 million because they were doing so well. This will look great towards all of the organisations they are in liaison with, because they are doing so well. This organisation also helps the participants relieve some stress they may have. Some can be cathartic and will need to relieve some psychological stress they've got from home or work or just day-to-day life. Sportivate is able to help John by either subsidising the price to do wakeboarding or even if able, they can make it free for John and allow him to do wakeboarding with transport. They are able to find kids who are around his age who would love to do the same sport as John, which means that he will make friends with kids his own age and with the same interest, and will make travel easier and cheaper because there are more people taking part. This will help Sportivate produce a minibus or other forms of travel because it will impact a larger amount of children, meaning it has a larger overall impact. Sportivate can also help John by providing alternatives that are a lot like the sport that John likes and that aren't team sports. For example, skateboarding, rollerblading and other roller sports. This will show John the large variety of sports he may find interesting that he might not have thought of before. They will also show him other sports that are cheaper and easier to pursue. This will make it easier for his family because the course is only £1 or £2. or even 3, and could set John up for a lifetime, allowing him to enjoy sport and take part in it more. The different ranges of sport he tries means that he is able to meet new people and can increase his friendship circle. With Sportivate, there are benefits and limitations, and there are limitations. For example, Sportivate is increasing mass participation, which is good because that means there are more people doing physical activity, which decreases the use of the NHS, because the more physical exercise someone does, commonly the healthier they are, which means they won't need the NHS as much as others. However, Sportivate also only accepts a number of people onto their courses, which are commonly people who are inactive or minimally active, trying to get them into sport, providing them with different options to try and make everyone feel included and feel as though they are able to take part. There are more benefits to Sportivate than limitations. For example, Sportivate is increasing the amount of people who are physically active by allowing them to take part in a large variety of sports. They have the ability to accept everyone. For example, they are able to accept people with disabilities so that they also feel included. However, this can cost a lot more for the organisations, which means they are either unable to accept as many as they would like, or they are unable to subsidise as many costs as they would like. On the other hand, Sportivate's resources, e.g. facilities, are at a higher standard and are generally inclusive for all sports, and there is enough for a large group of people to take part at once. For personality, your personality is a big part of the application process. For example, how sporty you are, your interests, and even your reason for applying. All of these are the limitations are to do with your application and how they analyse each applicant. However, these courses can also help you when you're doing your CV. For example, it will help you to build it up, and can even make your can also help you when you're doing your CV. For example, it will help you to build it up, and can even make you tick more boxes on someone's criteria than you would have done before. Because most courses will help you with your team skills and even your leadership skills. Time can be a big limitation for Sportivate or even the applicants. For the applicants, because it is 6 to 8 weeks, which can fall on term times. However, this is unlikely to happen because it is commonly put on during the summer break, which all schools should have at the same time. However, most sports are for certain times of the year, because and another reason can be because the age range can go up to 25-year-olds, which can mean that they may be at work when the dates fall, which can be a problem. Scenario 2. Louise is a talented footballer. She has completed her CSL and loves coaching others. Her male PE teacher doesn't encourage her to coach the younger male or female school teams and gives the role to the boys in his team. The first barrier that my client would have come across would have been her stereotypical male teacher, who doesn't feel that she is capable of coaching younger children in sport. This will automatically lower her confidence and self-esteem. The unencourageable teachers and school will prevent her from progressing in her career choice and will stop her from being the best she can be. This also means that the school won't provide her with the help that she needs by not accepting any ambassadors to come in and talk to the kids, or only allowing certain kids to go. This will narrow her knowledge of the game and shallow her thoughts. Louise's age will have a huge effect on her because coaching courses have certain age limits, while her they are commonly 16 years plus. And from the scenario, I can see that she is still in school, which means that she hasn't quite hit 16 yet. However, there are alternatives. For example, Project 500 allows women to take part in the coaching level 1 course, which will give her the upper hand when applying for a job to do with sport, and will also give her the knowledge and confidence to be a part of more team, so that she can get the live experience she needs. The FA also provides solutions while she is waiting to turn 16 years old. The FA provide only online courses that Louise can take in her spare time. It will allow her to refresh her memory every now and again, and because she is being given new and more modern scenarios each course. This will widen her knowledge of the game and prepare her for most of the situations that rise on the pitch during a game. However, it will not teach her all situations because each game will be different and will cause different outcomes. Although she is being unaccepted by her male teacher, she is still confident in herself and also has the ability to coach a team because she has done her CSL Coaching Level 1 course, which will have taught her about understanding the principles of planning coaching activities in sport, conducting coaching activities in sport, and evaluating coaching activities in sport. It will also teach her about understanding the fundamentals of coaching in sport. This will teach her about the background information of coaching, which will help her a lot because she will need to know it when going any further. The campaign involves the 7 CSP in the South and is working to balance out the number of female coaches and male coaches. They are trying to encourage any age female coaches and provide them with the support they need. Project 500 tries to give free or subsidised workshops for the female coaches and give them access to coaching courses. They are trying to reach females from all over the country, so the campaign has local and regional ambassadors who have events and share their good practice. Because of all this, the campaign is now a national project. Project 500 is also provides access to the Project 500 coaching bursary, which will give someone the opportunity to progress their qualifications or even to take part in events or activities. The access to a women's coaching network events which will give them. Because they are able to receive the Project 500 e-news means that they are able to participate in local events that are being put on and are able to be one of the first to know about big events. This will encourage the participants to get involved and to have motivation to carry on after leaving Project 500. Project 500 has sent ambassadors into school to educate others. For example, the students and staff. This is a good approach to increasing mass participation because they are able to start teaching them and encouraging young girls whilst they are still young and are trying to give them role models or even someone to talk to about. And are also trying to give them role models, or even someone to talk to them about the sport and certain team situations, by involving the teachers as well. You don't have to be a certain age to coach sport. This will also help Louise because it will also educate her teachers, meaning that her male teacher will have a better understanding about how girls are just as good as boys when it comes to coaching. It will give her the experience she needs to be able to progress because she will be able to put it on her CV and can become helpful when applying for a job to do with small children or even at a football club for a coaching position. Being picked to coach the younger years will also boost her confidence because she will be more confident when making decisions. Project 500 can help in other ways by subsidising certain training qualifications, and which will help her and her family out because at her age she is unable to work. Her parents may also feel as though this is a phase and won't want to pay loads of money. The qualifications and training will also qualify her for the Level 1 coaching board, which will also look good on her CV for when she gets older. The Project 500 will also recruit females to take part in their campaign and will employ them so that they can learn visually and actively as well as reading from a book, because it is not just the scenarios that a book has given you. It involves you being able to think on your feet, and this will give you the experience. Project 500 will also maintain helping females after they have finished the Project 500, because there isn't much point in training female coaches and then them not being able to go further. So Project 500 will help to keep them going. Also, although Project 500 may have a lot of benefits, it also has some limitations, just like any other campaign. Although they are